Okay, so this digital marketing has three essential ingredients in it for any company to survive and be successful in this area. So the first one is traffic, the second one is insights, and third one is conversions. So we'll be like looking into all these three things in detail right now. So when you say traffic, it's nothing but the number of visitors or visiting your website. Okay, and when you say insights, so you'll be able to find out who are all visiting and from where they are visiting your website, and what is their click through rate, and are they like going to be your customer in the future, or they're already a customer. All these things that you can like find out through insights. And conversion is like it's a process of converting your lead into a client or a customer. Okay, so this is actually, these are three things that digital marketing is helping a company. Okay, so what is traffic? So this is actually determined by number of visitors and the number of pages these visitors visit in your website. Okay, so actually like when you say this web traffic is like very much important to determine whether your brand is like been is popular among your consumers. Okay, so actually like this web traffic is been analyzed to check out the brand awareness of your product. Okay, so this can be like increased through various methods. The first one would be through SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, where when you're like designing website, even after designing your websites, you look into the keywords, and then you try to optimize your web page based on that, so that when the consumer types in the keywords, the Google search engine, or any other search engine that they are using, they will be able to bring your website on top of it. Okay, and next one is social media marketing. Nowadays everybody has their social media page in different platforms. So this is where a lot of people interact, and most of the people, instead of going to their website to check out what's new, they always like try to get to know this through their social media page. And actually like having a social media page is very very important, because the customer doesn't have to like go and search for your page and then look into it. If they have just liked or following your page, whatever updates that you are like posting, it gets into your news feed, right? This is a great thing. Okay, this gives the companies a very big opportunity to interact with the consumers, with very low cost. It's very affordable. Okay, and then next is your referral traffic. So when you say referral traffic, sometimes when you just posting about a new product or a new deal or a discount, some people will be like liking it or commenting on it, and because of that they're doing it in the social media page. This gets like shared with their friends, and sometimes friends of friends, according to their privacy options in their social media page. And then they also get to know what's happening in your product. I mean, what's the new things that's happening in your company, or that in that particular division of, or that particular product. Okay, so they come and like check on your social media page, and they become your followers, right? This happens. And next to display ads. Okay, this is not essentially related to social media, as people are seeing a lot of ads on social media, and they're also seeing ads when they are just like surfing internet. For example, if you've searched for something in Google, like you want to buy an new sports shoe, and then you've searched on it on Google to check out, okay, which looks cooler, and you might see the same kind of ads in your social media page, as well as when you like go and surf on some other things, you kind of see this kind of ads in a web page, right? So here they capture what you're searching, whatever that you are searching, what are your intentions. All this is being kind of captured, and you can kind of see only the relevant ads which is relevant to you. Okay, So that kind of things belongs to display ads. And then search engine marketing. Okay, mostly this happens to Google AdWords. For example, if you just like search shoes, and then you would be like seeing a lot of what do you say, shoe companies and products. And then on top of this, you'll be seeing first two three web links where we mentioned as ad. Okay, so that means it is like those companies are paying Google to be, so that they can be listed on the top. You can like see that earlier. You could have saw that earlier. Otherwise, you can just go and check it right now. Okay. And next one is affiliate marketing. This is kind of very popular, where the influencers or the affiliates earn commission by marketing the some other product of a different company. They're not marketing a product of their own company. Okay, so earlier we had this kind of influencers and brand. We were calling them as brand ambassadors earlier, where they'll be like endorsing your product on a TV ad or newspaper ad, and they get paid. Okay, so you can always say, okay, Sachin was like endorsing Boost. Okay, it's kind of more popular, and later other cricketers followed his path, right? So, and we had Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. She was endorsing for a lot of diamond jewelries. Okay, so but right now there's these kind of influences that there are more number of influencers in social media. So these people recommend a particular product after their usage, or sometimes they get paid even though they don't use it. They market the product, and they earn a commission based on the number of sales that they have made. Okay, and next one is email marketing, where all the consumers will be like emailed about all the leads that they have been collected through the social media marketing and display ads. They'll be like emailed about what's the product, and what's new in the product, and any deals and discounts, and sometimes the newsletters about how the product can make their life better, all these things. Okay, so this email marketings and text marketings, notifications, actually helps the leads to be converted into a consumer. Okay, it actually really helps in the conversion process. Next one is like insights. All this data, like the web page traffic and the click through rate and all the sales, everything is put together and it's been analyzed. Okay, so most of the websites actually like have their Google Analytics page, and they through that they're trying to find out how many people are visiting my page every hour, and like what are their source. I mean, are they like coming from social media? Are they coming from a Google search? Or are they coming from a referral marketing? All these things. Okay, so they analyze. So this has been like mostly done through Google Analytics, but few companies have BI tools, especially to work on this. And then if the web traffic is very much high, they always sometimes like go for big data tools like Hive and Pig, where they just like go analyze the web traffic. Yes, you can do that with big data tools as well. Next one is conversions. Okay, conversions is nothing but converting your website visitors into your buyers. It's not only your website visitors, it's about your social media visitors, or other people who are looking through your ads. Okay, it's converting your website visitors, your qualified prospects into your consumers. Okay, so how can we do this? Okay, first we have to like track all these things. Okay, we first to track, okay, who's directly clicking on the URL, and who's like came and bought this product by landing on a landing page. Okay, and then who was like sometimes some people might be like following my company and the product for a longer duration of time, and at a certain point they might start buying it. Okay, it might be because of the reason they might have just got the need at that point of time, or the product got affordable only at that point of time. Okay, so most of the people had a dream of like buying an iPhone, or if it is a boy, they always dream of buying a Royal Enfield or some other bikes, right? And a few businessmen, they always dreamt of buying luxury cars like Audi, BMW, right? it happens. So sometimes they might get a chance of only buying it on a particular time, period of time, just because their situation allows it. Okay, so so those people will be like mostly like signed up for you. Most of the times they'll be like receiving your newsletters, and sometimes they might have downloaded your brochure or a white paper. White paper, I mean, here it comes into a products where which are into high tech, okay, or which is kind of research oriented, big products. Okay, and then sometimes they just like call and make a purchase. It happens. I mean, if it is B2C, B2B, it mostly sometimes happen like that. They just look into the website, and then if they want to like have a service from your company, they just like dial up sales inquiry number, and then they get connected. Sometimes it happens as well, right? Or sometimes I mean, it's not like from a number from a website. Sometimes it is through a digital campaign as well. It happens. Okay, so here when you say any event or any action that a marketer or a company can able to track should be brought under conversion. Okay, so with that we can say any purchase which is made by a consumer can be tracked, and you can say reason, okay, from where this purchase has been originated. That is kind of possible right now, the current situation. Okay, so we have been discussing about three important ingredients of digital marketing. So we'll be like discussing about all these three ingredients in detail in our future sessions. Okay, so I'm just like giving a glimpse of this right now. So we just discussed about traffic, insights, and conversions. Okay, so now we're moving into the digital marketing plan. So this digital marketing plan helps us to like identify a process about like how I have to like market my product digitally. Okay, it can be product, can be service, or it can be combination of both. It can be solution. Okay, so you see there are like 7 steps in the digital marketing plan. Okay, so this most of the times the head of the marketing or head of digital marketing, if it is a big company, they have a separate position for digital marketing. So these people actually work on this. Okay, well, let's look into all of these elements right now. Okay, the first one is objectives. Okay, so the starting point is to identify the objective of a digital marketing. So this can be like kind of split into 2 different things. Okay, why a company go for a digital marketing? First, they want to brand themselves. Okay, and the second one is to achieve performance objectives. I mean, when you say that, it's about increasing their sales. Okay, so if the company is kind of very new, they always go for branding purposes, and if the company is kind of old, here they want to like try to increase their sales, or they want the consumer to want their consumers to be reminded of this product. That's why they go for this. But sometimes both of these goals can coexist. Okay, some campaigns and activities may have the objective of increasing brand awareness and brand recall, whereas others, they just have objective of increasing the sales or leads or conversions. Okay, it is advisable to identify metrics for measurement of performance alongside objective setting. Okay, if the goal is branding, then the metric should be recall. Okay, this may be measured by hiring a market research agency which does online and offline research. If the objective is performance, then naturally we can the company can like do the measurement through metrics like CTR, actually, which is the click-through rate, lead conversions, and the cost per acquisition. Okay, next one is like buying personas, and this is kind of very important step. Okay, so it should be based on analysis of the past data. Okay, so what kind of people buy my product, why they buy the product. Okay, all these things come here. So it actually like kind of sometimes called customer persona. Actually, like you're trying to create a fictitious model of an ideal consumer. Okay, so mostly if you are using if it is a bike, you always like tend to imagine my consumer is actually a youth and or an adolescent of and who's always like adventurous stuff. Sometimes the companies think like that. Okay, so actually nothing but like includes your demographics and psychographics. Okay, so when you say demographics, nothing but your age, gender, location, occupation. When you say psychographics, and who you are, what you're inspired by, what you're motivated by, what and what you like, what you don't like, and all these things. Okay, so the more scientific it is, the more accurate it will be. Okay, so you can't just imagine, okay, my consumer is like that, my consumer is like likes this and he doesn't like that. You can't just say that based on your assumptions. Okay, you should be like collecting your past data about who your consumers are, which age category they are in, and because when you say Royal Enfield, most of the people will think, okay, people in their 20s buy this bike. No, actually, when you see it, most people above 40 have this bike with them. Okay, so they go for adventure. When you say adventurous trips, some people will never associate people in their 40s and 50s to adventurous trips. But when you see the Royal Enfield bike club, you can see a lot of people in that age category, and they go on for adventurous trips. Okay, so you can't just generalize things. Okay, so you have to have the data behind you. Okay, so the information that you need about your customers can be categorized into three different areas. Okay, who, what, and why. When you say who, you should identify the age, gender, location, their job titles, responsibilities, and education. Okay, so who they really are. Okay, that kind of things can be brought in this bucket. When you say what, you must deliberate what are the goals of your consumers and what are their pain points are that which needs to be resolved. What are their area of interest? What are their passion points? And what kind of media do they consume? And what are the touch points? All these things comes in here. Okay, when you say why, ultimately you have to question why will they buy your product? What is your unique selling proposition? What is your elevator pitch? And how compelling it is to convince the consumers to buy? Okay, so all these things comes under the why category. Okay, so you can get all this information to fill your buyer personas by examining the social media profiles of your consumers. Most of the time, consumers companies do that. But you can also get useful information from the audience reports in Google Analytics that explains the geographic, demographic, and device data of your audience, right? So through Google Analytics and then the social media, and your social media profiles is actually sourced for identifying the buyer persona of a particular company. Okay, so we kind of like discussed what is buyer persona. This is very important topic. It is attached to your marketing, digital marketing process, but it is actually different topic by itself. Okay, next is content. Okay, you must prepare content strategy by analyzing what worked in the past and what did not. You must analyze the performance for each of the content types, such as like you have to go for a video or an image or infographics or ebooks, webinars, podcasts, games, and how we can really create a different variety. So usually companies will have a content team where they sit and write for your ads or your ebooks or your brochure, and there'll be a UI team, or graphics team where they design how it should look like. It can, if it is infographics or an image or a video, you actually need them, right? So you should have a content team working for you to create your content. For example, if you are creating a blog, yes, you need a lot of bloggers writing your blogs, right? Yes. So next one is channel. Okay, so as a part of this channel strategy, how much would you invest in creating the paid, owned, and earned content? Okay, so here we have to really look into this framework. Okay, so this is called a POEM framework. Okay, what happens here is the digital marketing media is being classified into three different types. Okay, paid media, owned media, and earned media. Okay, let's see what happens in here. First is paid media. So actually this includes sponsored advertisements in different channels of digital marketing, such as search engines, your websites, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Okay, they include campaigns which are run through different platforms like Google AdWords and campaign manager of FB and LinkedIn and Twitter. Okay, so this includes campaigns run through ad networks also. Okay, so if you are paying money apart from the traditional marketing, like TV, radio, and other newspaper ads, if you are paying money for to the digital media, to run your ads, you can call that as a paid media. And next one is owned media. Okay, it's actually a set of a company, like the company has the ownership of this media. Okay, like their website, their microsite, or social media pages in Facebook, LinkedIn, their YouTube channel, and their Twitter page, everything. Okay, so it also includes any mobile apps they have or blogs they have. Okay, it's actually an original content which is created by the company. Okay, so the company can create videos, images, infographics, posts, blogs, anything. Okay, which is actually owned by the company. So that comes in owned media. Next one is earned media. Okay, it's organic and it's not paid. Okay, it just includes publicity that is generated through recommendations and word of mouth. It also includes social media engagement such as likes, shares, comments, replies, retweets, favorites, and many more. Okay, so earned media is generated by the users and hence is more credible and has the power to give exponential reach to the marketer. Okay, so earned media occurs only when users like the content, engage with it. So you might be like kind of confused right now. Okay, I have paid media, owned media, and earned media. So any company will have three, all of these three most of the time. So when you say just take Facebook, when you have Facebook page, you can call it as owned media because the company owns it. And then if you run an ad campaign in Facebook, you can call it as a paid media because you're paying money to Facebook to run that one. And when you get comments and likes in your post, and then somebody shares your post, that is earned media because your clients, your super fans do that, right? So Facebook has all these three things. Okay, most of us always like think, okay, just my own media. No. Okay, we are all just aware of the owned media. So any promotions that you do see that you see in Facebook is actually paid media, if it is paid. Okay, I think you're kind of clear about these three different things. Okay, so these three mediums converge with each other sometimes. Yes. So this is POEM framework. This is very, very important. This actually helps the buyers in deciding which product they have to go for. Okay, it's one of the great channel. Okay, next one is timelines. Yes, everything needs a timeline. I hope you all agree with that. Okay, you must have to prepare a month-wise calendar to record what kind of activities will be done in which month. Okay, and then you can like break down further into week-wise strategies with all the contents like content strategy, channel strategy, target audience. So what are the content I'm going to use for this week? And like, am I going to do a blog, or am I going to do a video, and in which channel I'm gonna post? Am I gonna do it on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter? And who is my target audience? Am I gonna target only the people in the age of 22 to 30 this week, or I'm gonna target people above 40? So all this has to be decided, and then you have to have a calendar with timelines. Yes. Next is budget. How much budget will you allocate to digital marketing? Actually, this is a bigger question that the companies are having right now. It depends upon what percentage of marketing objectives will be made by the digital mode. It also depends upon the industry and the role of marketing communications in the marketing mix that you have. Okay, for certain industries like e-commerce, financial services, and automobile, education, this digital marketing is very important and has a higher percentage because most of them people who consume this kind of products are kind of more prone to having a apps relevant to that in their mobile phone itself. Okay, how much budget will you allocate for this paid campaigns across these different mediums? So you have to decide, okay, how much I'm going to spend on LinkedIn, how much I'm going to spend on Facebook and Twitter. You have to decide that, and then how much budget will you be assigned for content creation? Okay, most of the times you have to assign 70% for your content creation. Okay, and 30% for your social media or media marketing, because content is the crux of anything. Okay, you can't just have a bullshit content and promoting that with more money. Okay, the content should be there. Okay, even for example, you can promote it anytime. First you have to create good content. Okay, you can decide a channel, you can use decide a different channels and promote the same content again and again in different media, and sometimes you can reuse the content as well. Okay, so you have to really concentrate on creating a good content. Okay, next is measuring them. It's actually very important. We should be like depend upon the objective. Okay, so if your objective is like branding, and then you have to like have a measurements like recall, attitude, and association studies. Okay, you have to say, okay, whether the consumers remember my product. So when I say e-commerce, are they saying Flipkart or Amazon? Right, so you have to have this recall and association studies to identify whether my ads my ads and its channels are effective. Okay, if you want, you can also like go for a market research agency to do this, and if your campaign is about performance, you can always like go for the click-through rates, as I mentioned earlier, the leads and the conversions which happened. Okay, so this is the 7 steps in planning a digital marketing campaign or a process. It's very much important. Okay, hope you have understood all these things right now. If you got any questions, you can ask me.
And the last part about